Here we are. So I'm in Milton Keynes. I'm with Kathy Smith and George Smith, and both of them skaters. We're really here to interview Kathy as a British team member and one of Britain's skating legends, and all will become a bit clear. George is here. George has been around as well. He's a legend in his own right. So we'll be talking and asking Kathy some questions, and George will chip in. But what I want to know for the record, Kath, is what's your full name and when and where were you born?
Born in Highgate, St Mary's Hospital, Highgate, on the 30th of January 1944.
Okay, and you was born Kathy Brown, is that right?
Yeah, my name was Kathleen Brown, yeah.
Kathleen Brown. Have you got a middle name?
Florence.
Florence, is that what it is? That's a nice name, it's all right.
Kathleen Florence Brown.
Right, okay. So, KF Brown, so if you see him on the trophies, you know who that is. So, what age did you first start going skating?
I was about 15, 16.
And
I got the Alexander Palace, no, up the Palace, in the other rink. And I had, what you call, old skates. I love that with you tie on.
What's it? You were telling me about the dance skates. Is that what you said? Dance skates?
No, the old skates first.
Oh, yeah.
I bought some dance skates. Bought some dance skates, and I used to race on my dance skates for the first couple of years, isn't it? Until I met him.
Not cut them down.
And he cut them down for me, and then I still got Beadle. Was it Beadle? Done me a pair of boots, and then I started getting faster.
How did you? So did you just used to go up there for the social session with your mates and stuff?
Yeah. I used to go on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've gone during the week, and that's how I met George.
Okay. So and was George? You was a speed skater at the time, George, or
yeah,
what?
I was in the Palace. Yeah.
Was you?
Yeah. Wasn't brilliant, but
yeah.
You know.
So and that's how you met Kath. So Kath used to come up on the general sessions, and you was up there training.
Yeah. I used to
what we did, ours was on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yours was on a Monday.
Monday. Yeah.
And a Thursday.
Yeah, I think it was twice. Yeah.
Monday and Thursday you did it.
I think it was.
And then they give you a free ticket. But if you go up on a Saturday or a Sunday, we used to go up because we did our skating training. The Palace did it on a Sunday. We went back up in the evening. We had a free ticket to go in with, you know.
So how did you get into speed skating then, Kath? Was it just through George?
No, you joined the
North London. I joined the North London Club in my dancing boots.
Oh, yeah.
Because one of your mates was in there.
Yeah, my mate, he come up with me, and that's when I joined.
So who was your mate? In North London?
No.
Just
outside, yeah, and she came up, let's go up skating. And then someone from the skating, because he seen me go round on the fast, they had a fast day, didn't they? Fast evening.
Yeah.
You know, and I used to, someone come up and say, why don't you join a skating club? And so I said, nah, me? And I said, I won't be able to do that, not, you know. So they said, yeah, come on, you come up with a skating club. And that's where I met Gwen and Peggy and that. They were the ones who got me into it.
Is that Gwen Marriott?
Yeah.
Or Gwen Thompson as she was there?
Yeah, Gwen Thompson. Yeah. And then I met Peg and went with Peg and all, and I used to join the club.
Yeah. But you never thought of joining the Palace then with George?
No.
Before me.
I didn't know him until after I joined this racing club.
Months, years.
Yeah, a couple of years after that, wasn't it? And then from there, I met him, and then he started doing me proper skates.
So you'd have been 15, 16, so what would that have been, like 1961, 62, something like that? Is that right?
Yeah. I just started work, actually.
Right, okay. And was you started
15 when you start work.
And
days.
Where did you work?
I worked in Woolworths.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Oh, that's gone. Yeah, okay.
Going back some years.
So you started skating, so you was 15, 16, so did you start, when you joined the club, did you start to race pretty much straight away?
Well, when there was race days, they entered me, and I started in my dancing boots.
How did you get on?
I went round. I was skating because I didn't know any other skates, you know, until this bloke named Beadle said, "I'll make you a pair of skates."
Yeah, because he was North. He was North London,
yeah, and he made me a pair of skates, and then since then I was getting better and better.
And who were the other skaters in the North London club at the time? You've got
there was Gwen. Peggy, me,
Corny.
Oh yeah, Brian.
There's a photograph somewhere.
Oh,
we got one of the. They used to take the annual club people, and it was.
Well, before you go, I'll see if I can.
Yeah, we'll have a look later. Yeah.
If not, I can post it on to you.
That's all right. We'll sort that out. So in them days, people like Bill Sharman wasn't in the North London when he was South London.
Yeah.
And then he joined North London later.
What's his name? I'll tell you, was in South London as well. Roy Lawrence.
In South
Anybody
London.
that lived over that end.
Yeah.
Used to be in the South. Used to be in the South London.
And then he
Brixton,
came in.
isn't
Then
it?
they all
Brixton.
come into North London.
When the South London club split.
Yeah.
Or stopped. When Brixton closed down.
Where did Bill Sharman go?
He went to North London.
Yeah, he was in North London, Joe, because he's...
Was he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
North London, yeah.
He told me the story about that. All his mates went to the Palace, because
But
Johnny
he-
Foley went to the
yeah,
Palace.
and
he
then-
wouldn't go because of something that happened years before with
Oh,
the
there was a bit of
management.
an argument or
Yeah,
something.
the management
And
was,
then
but-
Bill Sharman came in the North
North
London.
London.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So what was training like back then? Was it hard or what?
Well,
It was hard.
because I never let you sort of, come on, don't stand, you move,
Yeah,
come on, move.
Who was the trainer?
And
I can't remember now.
Forget who he was, but he was you're on here to skate and train.
Really?
That's
Because
it.
old Jack Avery, he was the...
He done the bell. Jack
he
Avery done the bell.
Like he did the lap boards, that, yeah.
Yeah, and he done the bell and the lap board. And they were testing you to make,
Good old boy he was.
But
Jack Avery.
then who did I meet? Someone to do my skates. Give me a proper... Because I was going on dancing skate, a corner, and I was fast, I was really going pretty quick on me. He said, you'll go better on a proper pair of skates. I'll make you a pair. And he made me a pair.
Yeah, because he used to work for... Well, I don't know if he worked for Beadle, but he became Beadle, didn't he? He took over the company.
and then he
didn't
took over.
But
And
he still kept the name.
Yeah, he did.
He kept the name of Beagle, yeah.
Okay. So, did the men and women skate together at training
We
back
had
in then?
training
Yeah.
together, but then sometimes he put women to have a race.
Okay.
In a club. You have like a test in the club.
Oh, that's another photo one we never got out.
Yeah.
She's got one of her training with a scarf
Oh, don't.
on. You know, they used to put the powder down.
Yeah.
So we'll get all this powder
She
in
was
me.
playing then and she's now.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
right,
I
they put the
remember
pound
that.
down.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I would have got more. I got more.
That's all right, we'll
So
sort
what we
them
do,
out.
if I get any, I'll get them out and then I'll get them off to you.
Okay, all right, we'll sort that. So, when you used to train, was it always done on the rink? Was it always at the rink, or did you ever
Yeah.
skate outdoors?
Oh no, we
Oh,
skated
right.
outside, especially when it come to when we was really training art. We used to go what's that car park?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
That's up, not Woodgrove, Palmer's
Yeah,
Green.
Palmer's
Green,
We used
yeah.
to go to
Yeah,
a car park. When all the cars went in the evening, you used to go up there and have a good old
Yeah.
train.
That was a long time
That
after
long
the
time,
palace.
yeah, a long old time after.
Because
And
we
used
heard
to
the
go-
palace was
Gonna shut down.
shut down, so we tried to find places
Really?
outside. And that's when they found...
The
Clayton Park.
Tame Park in the early 70s,
Oh,
yeah.
that was rough, that.
Oh,
It was rough.
but they done
They
it.
trained on it, they skated on it.
And that's what made it all strong.
Because
And then they done a new,
officially-
then they done a new tyre mat.
Yeah.
Officially, it was a cycle
That's
track.
right, back in the war
Yeah.
days. In the,
So they said nobody used it, but we
Mm.
could see that by the
Yeah.
side of the track.
And they said we can go on there. Yeah. So we
We
So-
managed to get it.
but in the early
No.
days, it was all the rinks. It was
Yeah,
all, and you only
all the
just
rinks.
trained once a week, or more than
Well, she
that?
trained it twice, and I only trained
Oh,
once.
I mean, then all of a sudden it got to 3, didn't it? It got
Yeah.
to a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Thursday, wasn't it?
I think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
3 days a week. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
they had a good club, the Palace.
The Palace, yeah, the North
North
London.
London
Yeah.
did, yeah.
So, do you remember your first race?
Down at Herne Bay.
Was it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Very
In
tiny.
that little,
And I had me dancing boots.
that little ring.
A little rink. Because but I never got anywhere, did I, that day? And I just thought it was like
But you'd have been about 16 at the time then, or
16,
yeah,
17, about 16, 17 coming up, yeah. But I was one of the learners, really, compared
Yeah.
with all the other skaters.
That was when they got coaches to take you to various places.
yeah, but you
Or
took your own
meet
car.
at Turnpike Lane.
Yeah, take that, and they used to
Remember
take us there.
that? Meet at Turnpike
Because I said,
Lane.
oh, well, I'm racing. I said to you, say to my mum, I won't be in. I said, I'm racing. And I'm going down Herne Bay. Yeah, you should
Herne Bay,
meet them
Birmingham.
Wood Green, we did.
Is it? Did the Palace and the North London share a coach? Or
Yeah, most of
Did you,
I'll
yeah?
tell you what,
Sometimes you did.
How
in
did that-
them days,
Yeah.
it was, you had your racing
yeah,
on a Saturday afternoon.
yeah,
You had your, like, heats and stuff, Saturday afternoon. Then after that, when they had the rink open,
yeah.
about, halfway through the evening, they had, like, the semis.
Yeah.
and then they had the final in the evening, like not too late. But then after that, everybody went in the bar.
We all had
And all good,
together.
You know what I mean? So like
no
Birmingham,
rows, we all got on
Palace.
together. Yeah,
No matter what it was like on the rink, you know, it was all
pushing
that.
and shoving, but we all got on. There
Okay.
was no
Yeah.
separation.
Not like
No.
today.
Not today. Oh, you can't. Everyone's on their own. You know what I mean?
I mean, all right, the Palace, you know, the clubs had their places there.
Yeah.
I mean, the Palace had it where they had their organ and
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh yeah.
Palace was there, Broadway was round here,
And
the
the
Southern was there,
and North London.
North London was down there. So they had their, you know, their patches.
But when
like
we
that.
had our training session, it was just that club,
Yeah.
our club, and then the next day probably the next club. You know what I mean? You didn't train together.
But you used to take that. So it's all the clubs used to meet up at Turnpike Lane, and then they all get the coach and
Yeah.
get down there.
And then we had coach to Birmingham and Leicester. We've gone to Leicester to race.
Yeah.
That must have been I reckon quite good, really good atmosphere on the coaches and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You know?
Actually, you
It was,
wouldn't
yeah.
credit though you're racing.
Yeah.
It was more social, wasn't it?
Yeah, a lot
Very
of
social.
Yeah.
But it's when you race, you didn't get near one.
Different, yeah, yeah.
What do you think changed that? Do you think it was the rinks closing or
I
what?
believe it was.
The rinks
once
closing.
once the rink closed,
And then
it
I know we had taken
pushed
part,
everybody
but
outside,
not many
didn't
go
it?
there because
Yeah.
it's not publicised enough.
Yeah.
If only you can get more pubs, you know.
I suppose because because there's no general sessions, there's no crowds.
No
there,
one,
it's
yeah,
just
no
that,
one
isn't it?
publicise it.
But
you know.
even so, when we got taken part,
Yeah.
everybody had their training session.
North
North London was a Monday, Palace was a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So the
Then you
clubs
had,
had their own.
then you had
day.
the other
Southern was in
one.
there.
What Pat Barnett.
Yeah,
was it?
Southern.
That's
Southern,
Southern, yeah. Yeah.
So I've got I've got the first record I've got of you winning a medal is in the half mile handicap, the Anderton Cup in March 1964. Right, that's what I've got. Okay, and you was known as Cathy Brown
Yeah,
back then.
I wasn't
Oh, yeah,
married. I
yeah,
wasn't
so-
married.
Didn't get married.
And first was Chloe, and third you were second, and third was Betty Parsons.
Bloody
Oh yeah, the Parsons.
Yeah,
That's a
Yeah,
long
yeah,
time.
they're twins,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Twins,
Betty and
they
Joan,
married
yeah.
twins.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Roy
right.
Parsons.
I mean,
Because wasn't one a dancer?
Yeah, there was.
You don't see it,
There was
you never
yeah,
see
because
it now, do
it
you?
was Betty and Jean or Joan Thatcher, I think it was. And they made Parsons.
Yeah, but they were. One of them was a dancer, wasn't it?
Right. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
one of the girls was.
Do
a
you ever
dancer,
see 'em?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't even know if they're still alive. I don't know.
No,
That's-
no.
probably not because they're
No.
pretty old.
Yeah.
Older than me.
Well,
So you don't remember that race then? You don't remember your first
I
medal?
remember going down to. I remember actually
Yeah.
skating, but
It's a long time.
I don't
1964.
remember unless I look in my trophy.
Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah.
was
Trophy
that?
cabinet.
And where was that though, John?
That was at. That'd have been at the Palace.
Oh, it was in the
Yeah,
Palace.
Oh,
yeah. It would have been at the Alexander Palace. It'd have been for the Anderton Cup. It
Yeah,
was.
I've got
But-
quite a few
yeah.
medals in my
Yeah,
in the
but
box
they're not.
there.
They're recent ones.
Yeah,
But that was
They're not-
that was March 1964. And Chloe won, and you were second. So,
well, that's
but
not bad. I didn't do too bad then, George.
no. So in terms of the, so do you remember any of I say goings on? It sounds a bit rude, but in terms of the clubs, was there any funny stories from the clubs? You know what I mean? When we're all together.
Oh, you hear quite a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Well, you had little bits and
What about
pieces.
funny stories?
Not funny stories,
Was it
but
the goings on?
but the goings on.
The scandals,
definitely.
was there? Was the
The only
scandals?
thing I can say is
Yeah.
funny is when a girl from the Palace goes with a boy in the North London.
Yeah.
That's it, because that's what happened with Tommy Bartlett. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. 'cause
When he married
what's
his-
name was,
Dots, was it Dot Bartlett?
What's name was in your
Yeah.
club, wasn't it?
Yeah,
One of the girls was in
in
the club.
that club, yeah.
So it was the North London with the, it was quite...
So how did that affect you? Because you were Palace and you were North London.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So what was that said? How did that say about that?
What it was,
Just the way, that
well,
That
he
was the
lived in
social
Holloway
part.
Road,
Right.
and I lived in Seven Sisters Road. Because you've got
Which is
Seven
not
Sisters
far
Road and
apart.
Holloway Road there. And you've got to pass my house to go to Holloway Road. So I used to get a bus. I said, George, you live my way, don't you? So he said, yeah. I said, oh, give us a lift. and it went on every time I went up skating, like racing, or we had a training session without racing, you know, and he used to go up, and he used to, didn't you?
So so the fact that he was in the Palace and he was in North London. So did you never think about joining the Palace?
No.
No.
And you never thought about joining North London?
No.
So although it was a social side, it weren't that social.
No, I wanted to be skate different in different clubs.
It was just the way it was. Really.
And I said, no, I'll stay in my own club, and he said he'd rather stay
Well,
there.
but funny enough, Dennis Hill and Maureen Hill were the same. She was Palace and he was Broadway.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of them did that.
Yeah.
That's the way a lot of the guys and that were.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you the funniest thing though was Marriott and John Marriott and Gwen.
I'll
tell you, they were
on the track.
Absolute chalk and cheese, weren't they?
And argue on the track before they even went out with one another.
Oh,
they used to argue and what they called one another, not swearing, and they didn't like one another. How it looked like, probably I don't know. But all of a sudden, I don't know what it was. He dropped her off home. Or something like that. And that was it. But the
other one was Diane
Peggy, yeah.
When he used to come up, he had a little roomie, a little tiny motorbike.
Yeah.
And you could hear him come out. She was on the back. Now you can imagine the two of them, the big guy, wasn't it? And all you could hear was meow. And you didn't say, oh, they're coming.
But actually, we all got on.
Yeah, we all got on.
Yeah, I mean, you had our little tiffs and that, but actually all got on.
Yeah.
And we've done a lot. We went when we made the arrangements when we was going to Home Bay. We all went together. You know.
There was only, I think there was only 3 clubs up the Palace.
Yeah. I mean,
Palace, North London, and
Broadway.
And
then Pat Barnett got into the Southern. They got up a club as the Southern.
But when we used to race down at Home Bay or that, we used to get a coach, and we had Palace on there as well as.
Yes.
Yeah, we all went together.
Like different clubs sometimes went together.
Yeah, we all went together. And that was the best part of it.
Yeah, because we all
going and coming home.
We just saved all the arguments.
In between bits, you know.
You wouldn't think clubs would be like that, you know.
Yeah.
We'll discuss the race on the boat, on the coach and that, you know. I stopped halfway. We all went in after the racing.
We had to go to the loo or have a quick cup of tea.
Actually out Herne Bay, after the racing, all ran up the pub, didn't we?
Oh yeah, we pub,
We stayed up the pub till about 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Then we on the coach and come home.
Yeah, we all came home, yeah. Actually,
it was good atmosphere.
Good atmosphere them days with the skaters.
Yeah, and we don't get that these days.
But these days, I think they're bittering. And to me, if I went taking part in Elm race, I think it'd be a lot of bittering.
Yeah, it's not the same.
I don't think, you know.
I think what killed it, John, is
coming out of the Palace.
When they come out of the Palace. You know, I mean, all right, when we used to go to the Palace, now it's all outdoors, it's summertime. When we was at the Palace, it was winter time.
Yeah, the season, the racing season was different.
Yeah.
It's more social because we were at the Palace.
We did some travelling. I had a little van.
Yeah.
And somebody gave me a little single seat.
Yeah. Put my Colin in it.
No, Leslie had the single seat, and we put Colin when he was a baby in the pram, and I bolted it down.
Yeah. And then I used to go skating.
Yeah, we took them everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
They went.
Because you're the same age as Leslie, aren't you?
She's just a bit older than me, but yeah. But yes. So I'm guessing that you pair married in 64.
65.
65. Yeah, I knew because around that time, because in November 64, you won your first race. Did you know that?
That was a shock, actually.
It was the Lindburn Trophy.
Yeah.
And it was just ahead of Christine Dennis as she was then.
That's it.
Yeah, so yeah, and it was really close. I think all 3 of you come across the line really close.
Yeah.
This Lindburn
I
Trophy.
just about got
Do you remember it? Yeah.
Just about. I said, I don't think I got it, George. He said, I think you have. I said, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I got it by
a whisker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I read the report, they all. I think the first 3 skaters got given the same time.
Yeah,
so,
it was quite close actually.
Yeah, so you remember? So you remember that race?
Yeah, I remember that one.
And that was your first. That was your first win. Your first one.
Yeah.
So you obviously got married in 65 then. So you got married in 65, and you had Leslie in 66. Yeah. So what? So that'd be the June.
Yeah. That's
June. Because it's 50th soon.
25th.
25th. And then 6 months later, you win the Southern Trophy in January. In the January, and this is the one where it was a real tight finish. Sorry, it's the one where it was all close, and it was And because I've seen there's I think it's Mrs. Clark was presenting the trophy.
Yeah,
Clark
yeah,
trophy.
Yeah, it was like a.
It was a trophy, yeah.
Yeah.
Big, quite big trophy as well, wasn't it?
Did you? Yeah. Do you remember?
Nice
do you remember the race? Do you
Yeah,
remember? Yeah, you
remember
remember
the
that?
race,
Yeah.
yeah.
So so even just 6 months after having Les,
Wasn't it?
I went back on the
Wasn't
track.
it 3 miles?
there was a southern track. There was two. Right. There was two trophies. There was the Southern Trophy, which was like a smaller version of
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and there was the
yeah.
Clark Trophy,
Yeah, the Clark trophy.
which
You
was the
won
big
both
one,
of them.
which was the
You won
blokes
both
one.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and there was
Oh
bit-
yeah.
I'm sure the Clark
Letty
trophy was
still
3 miles.
It was,
wasn't
yeah.
that I was back on my skates within a couple of months.
Yeah, after having Les.
Let's face it, you were skating while you were 6 months pregnant.
Really?
I was skating when I was kept on pregnant.
So how did you find being like a mother and a skater? Did you find it hard to train and look
I
after
think
the
it
kids?
took a lot off.
Well,
it
I'll
took
be
a
honest,
bit of worry
because
off.
I was on the buses, it worked out quite well.
Right.
Because if she had to do the evening training, which it was,
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to do
So
an early
the
turn,
shifts,
so I
yeah.
kept the
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
And we went though, we took the kids with us, didn't we?
Everywhere I went, the kids coming. Even when he was working,
You took them on the bus.
I took him on the bus,
Really?
and and then I put and then I put the pram down and up and down, and then I said, right, you sit there and you do not move.
Don't
Right,
forget,
that-
Rob, this was all at the palace
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
I said, and you don't move from there. You stay there, and then and Peggy and her daughter
And
are all
Judy,
together.
yeah,
Mate
yeah.
Judy,
Yeah.
and they're all together. So I knew they were okay.
Yeah.
And I done my training, and I come off, and then I
Yeah, it was like a nursery.
like a nursery.
Because you
was.
had her, you had you,
Yeah,
Peggy,
and
Yeah.
Gwen.
Gwen had got, yeah, of course, Paul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul May, yeah.
So they're all the same age, that lot.
Yeah,
all
that's
roughly
right.
about the
That
same
age.
age, yeah.
And we all had babies there and that.
Yeah.
And because the husbands and that, the other two, they were looking after, keeping an eye
Okay.
on them, because they knew that George was working. But if he was there, we'd have to,
Oh.
you know.
George Livermore was the trainer.
Yeah,
George Livermore, yeah,
George
Moore,
Livermore,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it,
yeah.
I don't know if they're more still alive. But
Yeah, Moyne is, yeah. And Andrew runs a rink. Andrew Livermore runs a rink
Does he?
down in Cornwall. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
he runs a-
nice.
Yeah, small rink, yeah.
yeah.
So in January '67, you win the Southern Trophy, and then you must have made an impression because the very first ever European Championships it was in Insel in 1967, when it was split from the World Championships. They had the
Yeah.
World Championships and the Europeans. So and you get called up to take part in those championships. Do you remember the getting called up to take part in the championships? That must be your first time out
Yeah,
as a
it
British
was,
team.
yeah.
Yeah, then you had to do
Oh, so
training.
Training, I had to do a lot of training, didn't I? And then, yeah.
Do you remember the
going.
selection for it? Was there
Yeah,
was
there
the
was
team
quite-
trials?
To be honest, in them time, there was a lot of girls, a lot of blokes
Yeah.
as well. Because you had them in from all,
Countries.
and I forget who was the,
Was it?
wasn't it Bob? The
Bob
first-
Alford was the team manager.
Yeah.
That's it,
Yeah.
yeah, but there was, who was
Oh.
the selectors?
George Lord.
I believe it was, yeah.
Could have been
I can't
George
remember.
Yeah, I
Lord.
believe it was, like the old boys, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
all I know, I got
He
selected.
got selected.
I don't know if
yeah.
Albert Lamb was there, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
The only
in
trouble,
67.
as things went on, I was very petrified of flying.
Yeah.
I missed out on
Yeah,
a
in them
lot,
days it was
a lot of trips.
coach.
It was
Well, I
on
think
I was
so.
on the coach and
I
So
think Bob
67.
Alford
So did you go? You went by coach to Germany, did you?
No,
Yeah.
Insel, or
yeah.
did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, by coach, yeah. I think it was
I think
coach.
the only time you flew was
Flew.
when you went, well, you didn't, did you?
No, I went
You
once. I
went
went
to
to. I went to.
Bogota or something
Oh.
like that.
I did
yeah.
go by plane once, and I cried
Oh,
inwardly all the time. Oh, I was shaking. But now I get on the plane easy.
So do you remember
But
the?
them days, I was so frightened of plane. But now I
Yeah,
get on,
alright.
just get on them.
So what? Do you remember the Insel trip? Do you remember skating your first championships in Insel?
Oh yeah, remember? It
Yeah.
was pretty hard. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It was hard because I wasn't used to skating against them.
Yeah.
But they were quick.
The Italians and,
Yeah,
and the French.
and I was hanging on to spare. But I mean, I didn't do too bad. But
Yeah.
it gave me an idea how to get on. You know, to keep up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was a big Insel was a big
Yeah,
smooth
big.
track.
It was a lovely track.
Was it? Yeah.
Because I mean, the only point is I had to make sure I got my wheels on, and I wasn't sure. He always do me wheels, and then I was on my own. I thought, oh, you know what I mean?
Oh, did you not go? You didn't go to Insel then?
No.
No. So in them
never
days, I
went abroad
suppose.
at all.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
time I went was when we went to Ghent.
Ghent,
Ah,
we
okay.
went, and I went with Di, Tommy,
Yeah, to watch it. Yeah.
me, Tommy,
Yeah.
Di, and who else come with us
Yeah.
in the car?
But
Oh, Henry.
Henry. Yeah.
You
and
went with
I
Henry.
said to Gwen, and I was going on with someone. Please help me if I've done my wheels properly.
Oh, really?
Because if I hadn't done them up tight, I'd be frightened in case they come off.
Well, in that championships, there was the women's team was you, Chloe, Pat Barnett, Pat Eason, and the men was Johnny Foley, Bill Sharman, Derek Blake.
Oh, that's it. I asked Bill. It was Bill Sharman.
Derek Blake.
Yeah, Derek Blake. Yeah.
I think, was it Derek Blake or Bill Sharman? I asked to check my wheels for
Yeah.
to make sure I put my wheels on properly. That's it.
Yeah.
Because he's always done them.
Derek Blake went, and one other. I don't know if it was Terry Horner, but anyway, it was. Oh no, I think it might 67. I can't remember. Anyway, but I know that I know Derek Blake went.
Because Leslie's only a year older when I went.
Yes. Yeah, so you was in 67, so she should have just been 12 months old when you went out there.
Yeah.
So and then you became a mother again not long after. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is it,
Yeah. When Colin was born.
Oh yeah, I went when Colin was born.
69, yeah.
And then I went again, yeah.
Yeah, so you must have. So in actual fact, then there's some breaks between your careers to have the kids in the late 60s.
But this is it. I had a couple of.
See, because I was only thinking about this today. I was thinking you got like Pat Eason and you got Chloe,
but they had
and
no
yourself,
children,
and they had no children. And I, because I was looking at the results and things,
and
I was thinking,
like Peggy had children, right?
Peggy had kids.
Well, the actual, as far as we can work out, it was always a team of Pat Barnett, Pat Eason, and Chloe.
Yes.
And they were the three.
And then you had to break into
me and Peggy was the one. It'd be me or Peggy getting, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a shame. We were the only ones that had, them three never had no children. We were the only three had children.
Yeah.
So me and Peggy was the only one that had the children. Kids. And Gwen, of course, you know.
Well, I looked for the record books again. I got like in 1971 is when you win your first British Championship medal at the Mecca, which is it was an 800 metres. They'd just gone from from miles and yards to metres. And you come third. You was third. I was at Birmingham. It was your first time you won a British Championship medal. Not the gold, but it was a bronze.
Wow.
Yeah,
must have it up there.
Yeah, it's up there. It's got to be up there.
Yeah. So that was 1971, and then later, you get called up to go to the European Championships in Wetteren.
I did. That's where I went.
Where you got the
Yeah.
Relay, third relay.
No, that was later. It was Ostend. That was later. That was a lot later.
I went to
Wetteren,
and then I went to Ostend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
about 4 or 5 times you've been out.
Yeah. So I was going to say in Wetteren there was you, Chloe, Peggy, and Pat Barnett, because Pat Eason weren't very well at the time. So and I think.
But I know a couple of times I've always gone with the top 3.
Yeah.
And I've been on my own.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're with a team like that, they're a little clique and you're on.
Did you feel out of it? Did you?
I did.
Did you?
I did. Yeah, couple of times I felt a bit out of it.
The thing is, John, they knew the foreigners.
Yeah.
Get what I mean? Because they've been so many times.
But not only that, they were like in a little clique.
Yeah.
But I felt on my own. But I was hanging on. That's the way it was. But I came home and said to him, I enjoyed the skating in one way, George, but I was on my own.
Really? Yeah. So
it wasn't the social towards. I mean, they weren't rude.
But
But I suppose because, like George said, they knew the foreigners more than I did.
Yeah.
And they knew people, but I didn't.
You felt out of it.
I felt, and in the evening I used to try and follow one of them. I didn't know what I was doing. Because I was on my own until Peggy came along.
Yes, yeah.
And when Peggy came the 1 year, I think she came the year after or something.
Yeah, 71. Peggy was in the team. When you was in the team, Peggy was in the team 71.
And I had Peggy. I was okay. Yeah. We both was new up to it.
Yeah.
Oh, she was new. She skated, but I'm not sure she skated abroad before. But I know when I got picked and she got picked, I said I got someone and we was in the same room together, so I was more contented. Then I felt a bit better in the skating.
How did Pat Eason and Chloe get on?
I don't know. We only heard stories.
They weren't very close. They got in one way when it came to skating. I suppose they had to talk to one another. Yeah. But evening wise, it was like. But they weren't. I wouldn't say they were close mates, friends. They were.
rivals.
Right. Yeah.
That's like I say, it's interesting. I was looking at again the results of Belgium, and you skated of the 4 events. You skated 3 out of the 4 events, and you got a top 10 in the time trial in Wetteren on the road, and it was the same year that my dad and John Foley, 1971, both won European Championships.
Yeah.
What was the and Mick was in the team, and Jeff Mattox. And Bob would have been the team manager.
Because it's New England, or whatever. That's what I've got to say. It was really good.
Jeff was good for you.
Oh, Jeff was so good.
Because he was another one. That's
Jeff
his
Mattox.
first time.
Yeah.
That was his first time.
It's right.
He was very good. He looked after me well and me skating, and he was really. He said,
he was a good
and
man,
he used to say to me, "Go on, Kath, do it. You're good. You're right. And and I can remember him calling me a couple of times when I was going round.
Okay.
Yeah, he was good.
He was a good person to help. You know. Yeah.
I spoke to Jeff not long ago, but it's probably 12 months ago now, actually.
Yeah.
He
Unless he can't remember, but all I remember, Jeff, because I came home and said to Jeff, he helped me.
I wanted to interview him and he wouldn't. He said that he didn't consider himself to be a legend.
Oh God!
But I have a different view, but I respect his views.
He was very good. Especially very good.
He was alright.
And he didn't. I didn't feel uncomfortable or pushed out.
Okay.
He was there, and I must admit he was there. And I must admit, as I was skating, I could hear his voice sometimes.
And that was Birmingham, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was from. He lived in Leicester, but he skated for the Birmingham club at the time.
Yeah, I didn't feel that. I felt okay with Jeff.
Okay. What about Johnny Foley and
And Foley?
Yeah, they was alright. I found them alright.
Yeah, I found.
And they did look after the girls, really.
I mean, when I went out there,
I say girls, they looked after Peggy and her.
Yeah.
The other two.
They got on with it. Get on with it.
Yeah, but I mean, the bloke when we were on right, they were always there, and they always say, and I could hear them shouting for us as well.
That's good. That's good. So there was no European or Worlds in 72, but then there was in 73, which was France in Grenoble, and you didn't get selected then for Grenoble.
What year?
73, that was.
73, no, 75 was Dean, wasn't it?
Yeah, so 73. I just wondered why you didn't go to France, but I didn't know. I know the team then, Peggy,
wasn't it?
Chloe,
there
and
was
Patty.
one occasion where you, Peggy, and the other two girls obviously were going some.
Yeah.
And you didn't turn up on the last day.
Oh, I couldn't turn up
date,
because there was a. So
and they put Gwen in.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think that's
what they put Gwen in. I know
because
there was
the reason
one time where she couldn't turn up on selection.
That's when Dean Colin had to go into hospital.
Something like that.
Yeah, because
something happened.
Colin was very.
I think he was ill at the time.
He was. He got measles and
he didn't tell them though.
He went inwardly.
Yeah.
And they had to take him in to get it out,
yeah.
and I weren't going to leave him.
I think it was Bob and another lot.
Yeah, I
we
couldn't
did
go.
phone Bob.
Bob,
I remember telling him that you wouldn't make it.
I'm sure it was Colin or was it Dean? Oh no, Colin. It was Colin. He had gone into hospital.
Yeah.
And what it was, he was not very well that week, and his temperature getting high. And measles, but it was inwardly.
Right.
So they had to take him pumping, so I couldn't come. I couldn't go.
And is that why you didn't get selected? Did you say really?
Yeah. Because I didn't go to training.
That probably okay. So that's probably...
Well, a couple of times I went, and a couple of times I didn't.
You've got to go, and she said, I
can't leave him.
You know, we can't be there.
I said, is my.
That's when they put Gwen in.
And Gwen in my place.
Okay.
That was the reason of Dean. I'm not. My kids come first.
Yeah, of course. Well, another year on 74, and you get selected again to go to San Benedetto in Italy, which was another road circuit, and it was a big team this year. And Dennis Cousins was the manager.
Yeah.
Do you remember that trip?
I remember that trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big team because Jeff Mattox went again.
Well, I think it was a big team. It was a.
I think John Mullane and Featon were in the team as well at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was, but I'm looking at it. Though he was the manager, but it wasn't like he couldn't say to us how to skate or nothing.
He was just a manager.
You understand what I mean?
In other words, a chaperone for
that's right. Because if you look at it, like Bobby Alford knew about skating.
Yes, he was
And he knew. He said, "You do it," helped you. And then on the other, and like your dad, if he went like, he knew what he was talking about. But you know,
Dennis wasn't really.
No, but it's how I look at it. You've got to know a lot more about skating to be a manager.
I don't know why Dennis went and not Bob. I can't remember.
I think, if I remember rightly, when we had a meeting, I'm not sure whether Bob was available at the time, but then a lot of the others said, "Oh, I don't want to go. I don't want." I think there was, to me anyway, there was a lot of animosity between the team and the person that wanted to take them.
Right.
Like manager-wise, you know, like.
It's a,
Rather than say Mickey McGough, you know,
Yeah.
don't worry about him. He fucked that up many years ago.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
but
somebody like him, you know, because they didn't get on with him or whatever.
I think if you're not,
Because I
like,
mean, Dennis, out of the blue.
Yeah.
but
yeah.
do you know what though? But do you know what though? If your face didn't fit in skating them days, you never got in.
Right.
No, there was a lot of not skating wise, the management side. Because you heard that, because I used to go on in the meeting.
Yes. Yeah.
And I used to sit there and I listened to him.
Because he used to be out.
You're killing the sport. You're killing it.
Well, he used to tell him.
You know, I used to say to them, "You're killing it. Why you want to not take him and take her?" I mean, this one here has been winning everything, and you want to take her because so much she's flashing her legs or something. You know what I mean? But honestly, that's the way I felt.
Yeah.
You know.
He always speaks the truth.
Anyway,
you know.
they went, "Oh no, we're going to take him."
So they didn't take, you know.
Let you get on
Well,
with
I
it.
remember seeing some letters from Dennis Cousins back to the team about. I don't know if they'd been out one night and they were late back into the hotel and he made a big song and dance about it and they gave him all a reprimand and I've got the letters somewhere. I've seen it in the old man's file
But
somewhere.
though they come back late, but they got on the track and skated all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So what was Bob?
If you're fat, and not only that, in skating, you must see it. If your face fits you.
Yeah. And what was Bob like as a manager?
Oh, fantastic.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He wouldn't say no nonsense.
No nonsense, but he was that.
He was that no nonsense man.
But I'd rather go away with him any day.
The other guy I remember around that sort of time was Ernie Matthews.
Yeah, Ernie was a good manager.
Yeah, he wasn't too bad.
He sort of went along, you know, and then he
The thing is, he wasn't about like Bob is.
Yeah.
Like Bob was a skater, he'd been there, done it.
If
Matthews, he only turned up on the days when you were training.
Right.
So he didn't
never
really have any much to do with it. As far as he was concerned, he's going well, they're doing well.
Yeah, but you don't see it all the time. When Bob used to come up North London, watch us how to skate.
He was racing.
And then he used to go up
weekend.
the Palace when he watched Palace skate, and he knew who can skate well, and he knew his job in and out.
And what about Henry? I mean, he was a controversial character, wasn't he? You know,
pain in the neck, but he was alright.
He was a laugh, it's a pain in the neck.
Yeah, he was. Henry was.
When they were over there, you asked your dad. They used to take the mick out of him, didn't they? They used to carry.
He was another one that walked around and knew everybody.
But he used to carry that bag. He was so.
That's another story.
Would you ever with him?
No.
You asked your dad.
Story, John.
Listen.
When we went to Kent, he hired this. No, he had his own car. He had I'll never forget it. He had a Ford Mexico. Right, he did love it. Wow. You know, anyway, pulls up in his Mexico, we all jump in, Di's in the back. Oh, me and Tommy. Me, Tommy Bartlett, Di, and Henry. Right, off we go to Dover. Right, we're going down the road, and he's towing it, and I don't
know, you was one, I was with the team. I was in the team that day, you know.
More or less, on the last roundabout where you come off comes the throttle, bang! It went bang, and he went, oh, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he pulls over, we get out. And he'd done the head gasket, like, you know, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? Anyway, he went, don't worry, he's going, don't worry.
He got a card he got a card.
He said, don't worry, he said, I'll nurse it down to the docks. Right, so we nursed it down to the docks. And they got this Avis, you know, car on the day. Livery trots, right? Over he dropped into a...
Shows his little car.
I want a car, just straight up. He said, I want a car, blah, blah, blah. suddenly went like that. There's all these
Cards.
Anyway,
he had money. He had no worry about money.
He
was comfortable.
Yeah, he got this car, and he hired this car, and they said it'll be about half an hour. Well, he's pacing up and down,
And he thought, you're going to get a big car.
Rachel's not even died till the next day. You know, he's got to get to the hotel. Anyway, he's pacing up and down, and he's doing all this and that. And we said, Henry, where's the case? Oh, he said, he left it in the back.
This is Henry.
So now, he's gone out to get his case. Well, it was that like that and like that. There's a big pool. And he's dragging it out.
And that to go now.
Anyway, this car turns up. Fear. Oh,
I was with the team.
It was a box thing like that, just out of shape. So we kept winding him up. You know what Di's like?
Yeah.
Oh, he said it's going to be a great big Merc, you know, or something like that. Bit of speed, you know, getting back to 1 mile an hour. Oh, yeah. Get him on like this. So anyway, when they turn up in his car, he walks out and he really deflated. He went, I will take it, like, you know, just like that. Anyway, we all piled in it, and we're going out the docks like that. Suddenly, bang, he puts me foot on that thing for him, go like it. Hey, Henry, what are you doing?
He said, I'm checking the brakes.
Making sure the brakes were up for that. And then that was it. Once he got outside, wallop, so down, never known.
He likes his speed.
Loved it, he loved it.
It was certainly a character.
Funny. It was
certainly a character.
And I think, if I remember rightly, he was one of the senior judges.
Yeah, he was. He was on the
week,
CIC. Yeah.
That's why he had this big case.
Yeah, he was.
But he was a great bloke.
No, he was all right, Henry. Yeah, you could wind him up something rotten. Well, Di did.
Yeah.
Di wound him up.
At his ways. Yeah, I know. He's been going a while.
I really enjoyed that weekend.
So in 1975, let's go talk about 1975, because 75 was the first time there'd been a World Championships since 69 in Argentina, and women didn't go in 69. So for the women, there hadn't been a World Championship since 68, but 75 was the Worlds in Italy, in Sesto San Giovanni, in Milan. And you didn't get in the team in 75, and is that what it was? So
no,
15.
75.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
So you did. That's why, because I know you raced leading up to that, and you actually got medals in the British Championships.
Yeah.
And you got a couple of medals, and Peggy got one. But Peggy went to the championships in Italy, and you never went.
No,
that's when it was. It was
Came
Dean.
back and said, "I'll never go again."
She said,
and that was the same thing.
Who says? So say who says I'll never go again? Says I'll never go again.
When she said, "I'm not going with them again," that's the reason. Again, on her own.
Yeah.
The others.
They go off and they
You know what I mean?
Well, it was only, I think
They done it to me.
It was only Chloe, because it was only Chloe, I think, was the other skater.
I think that was the
Chloe,
reason for it.
Pat, and
Pat didn't go. It was just it had just been Chloe and Peggy.
Chloe and Peggy.
I'm not sure it's Chloe, but no. But when you go to some of the races, them three
I know
top
she said
girls.
she wouldn't go again.
She said she wouldn't go again
Really?
because misfortune. I was going to go, but found out I was pregnant.
And that's why you didn't go in 75.
No.
So and Peggy and said that was it.
Never
that was
been
done.
since.
No.
Never been since. No.
But I went the year after.
She
Didn't I?
came back and said,
It was a couple of years after that, didn't I?
You
Did I?
said to her,
Was it like the year after?
It was a couple of years. Yeah. So well, the next time would have been 79. So it was 4 years before you went again. But they didn't take many women's teams after that.
No.
So that's how that came about then. So I understand that. You never skated. You never skated at World Championships.
No.
How did you feel about that?
No, got picked.
So, but was it disappointing?
It
or
was actually because I said to women, "Oh no, but misfortune, I just didn't get."
At the right time, because the championships weren't
I
every
think
year.
I might have been pregnant a couple of times when the World Champions on, but I never went.
Yeah, that's it.
It'd be nice if I did. I'd like to have
so
a go.
kind of had a go.
But never mind. It's all
Well,
right.
yeah. I mean, you can't turn that clock
turn
back
it
at ship's
Do you know, if I turned the clock back, I know what I would have done.
What would you have done?
She would have done if Peggy would have gone.
Hey, Peggy.
But because she was on her own, she wouldn't. I
went on my own once, didn't I, without Peggy?
Yeah.
And fighting and flying. And Peggy, last time I went, Peggy said, "You're going to be all right, Kath, you're with me."
Right.
And I had Peg. Because I've had that fear, I don't know what it is, I got on a boat,
Yeah.
But put me on a bloody plane.
And you went.
Yeah, but as I say, I've been a couple of times. I went, but I never went because Peggy weren't skating,
Right.
And I think she was having.
Yeah, Susie.
Yeah.
Susie.
Well, there was 75 was the Worlds. Then they didn't have anything. They didn't do 76. There was nothing in 76.
No.
77 was places like Finale Amelia, and I don't think any women went there.
Yeah.
And also 78 was in La Roche, and I don't think they took a women's team into La Roche either.
Was there any women at that time, apart from Chloe?
Pat Eason was around still, but it was just around the 78. It weren't until sort of like 79 when you'd got people like Lynn Coles and Denise Lippitt coming on the scene. But prior to that, it was Chloe and Pat Eason really, and
All
they
the time,
never,
wasn't it?
yeah, but they never took
times
them.
me and Peggy went.
Yeah.
But me and Peggy found we were
Yeah, on the
pushed back a bit.
fringes.
Yeah, not pushback. How can I explain it?
I think they wanted the younger ones.
But it was us two. But then you got them on their own.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So but 1978, you won your first British Championship. This was the time trial at Southampton.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you the story that I always hear this story, right? I always hear this story. Or it was a really windy day. Or, Kathy went onto the track and the wind dropped and like she did a fantastic time. Now I know this is, but like I've got my own, I've got my own version of that. But this
was
is
a windy day.
Yeah.
It dropped when Kathy went on.
Well,
It got nuts. Yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry, but that aside, for the minute, is it like do you remember the day? Do you remember winning that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And talk me through that a bit. So what was that like?
I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Not particularly that day.
Yeah.
Training sessions.
Yeah.
Di had Lynn Coles out
virtually
7 days a week.
Yeah.
He wanted her to beat me.
Over the park, right?
Yeah.
And we,
if she beat me, she beat me.
fortunately,
Didn't bother me.
we lived by the Eastways.
Yeah,
Lee
Valley, yeah.
So I said, right, you're going to go over the Eastway, not 7 days a
Up
week.
down the hill.
Yeah.
And I made her go round that track.
Yeah.
Only ran around once. I didn't say like go round 4
Yeah.
As fast as I can.
fast as you can. Right, that got her time there. And then down the bottom of the track, there's this straight. And it is straight.
And that's
Yeah.
when I done me
From
speed.
A to B, bang, you're
yeah.
going up and then down. I really made her work, you know.
Yeah.
Because I knew that he was putting her through her paces. And
Yeah.
the word was getting around that she was doing this and she was going to beat her.
Oh, Lynn Coles. Yeah, because this would have been her first year, really. You were a senior.
Anyway, when they went on the line, they did it individually, and they
That's
didn't
right,
go
the time
together.
trial, yeah.
Time trial. Bang, she went off like, and I forget who was on. Oh, Gwen.
I went
No,
on.
Gwen
I was the
on
last one to
yeah,
go on.
but Gwen
Oh,
was on
really?
the track.
Huh?
She was doing a bit of timing as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they had hand timing.
Yeah.
Like, not clock.
I was the last one to go on.
Anyway,
Yeah.
she went on, bang, away it went, and everybody cheering and whatever. And then Gwen was near us, and she went, she'd done it.
This is Gwen
I
Marriott.
thought she
Gwen
meant-
Marriott, yeah.
It said to me
I
that I'd
thought
done
she
it.
meant,
Lynn.
what's her name?
Yeah.
She said, no, Kathy's done it.
Even
Very, very
better,
slight,
even
but
better.
I was actually there was almost a second faster than Lynn. Your
Yeah.
time was almost a second, and you was a second and a half faster than Chloe.
Yeah.
but, when the announcement came on, well, she just pulled her eyes out, didn't she?
Did you?
No, you didn't.
No.
Oh,
Lynn Cole.
Lynn did, yeah.
Because she thought she won it.
And then you won the 3,000 metres.
3 miles,
after that,
yeah.
that big shield.
The by Kirby
Yeah,
thing.
No,
No.
it's the
Big
big
shield.
shield.
No,
the,
huh?
the great big
You know the
shield.
big shield?
Yeah.
I won that.
Is it a 3,000?
It is a 3. The George French. Did you win that? Did you win the 3,000? That
Yeah,
night?
she won it, and she said, I don't want it because it was all chewed.
Ah,
Because Alison had
Had
it.
it and
Yeah.
then you've been
Before.
oh, that's it. No, you're
the
thinking.
dog.
No. That's later. That's much later.
Oh, that's
That's
Oh,
coming later. Yeah. Don't worry. We'll get to that. Don't you worry.
Oh,
I know. Yeah. Well, that's,
Oh,
yeah.
you know
Alison
that.
would have. Alison in '78. Alison would have only been 9. Take it out.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Oh,
about
right.
that.
I know you won
No,
that.
yeah, but the time trial at Southampton.
Mm.
I remember when the time. That's how I remember it. I know you won the time trial at Southampton, but the I mean, why do you think Di wanted Lynn Coles to win so bad?
I don't know. It was. It'd been like it past months before, hasn't it?
I think he just. I don't know what it was.
I don't know what it was. I think it's because you beat her a couple of times in normal races.
Right.
I don't think.
I think she was his protege.
Protege, yeah.
Yeah, he wanted her to win all the races.
Okay.
I want you to beat. And I think if she went on there and he was training her, and that us, when we didn't train, he was taking her out. What's her name? He was 7 days a week making her skate, because he wanted her to win me. Beat me. I mean, if she beat me, she beat me. It didn't bother me. Because if you get beaten, you get beaten.
But you remember that? Do you remember how you felt that day winning? What was it?
Fantastic.
Yeah,
the championship.
Yeah.
I was over the blood.
It's up there actually.
It's up there.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, God, I got it, John. I got it. Because I was hanging on to Chloe so many times.
Yeah.
Getting second or third, wasn't it?
Chloe beating you all the
Yeah,
time.
no, that's right. Chloe beat me.
Second.
Yeah, I was getting second and sometimes at third because I had Paris and all. And I thought, and he said, you're going to go out and beat her one day. And I did.
Yeah, I mean, I can...
And Chloe come up and shook hands with me. She
Literally,
said,
fair play.
She said, Kath, you've done it. Well
She
done.
said you've done it, yeah.
Well, I mean, I can sort of relate to that. I mean, I was... I only ever won one title, but I know what I felt. Almost the relief, especially after having so many years of trying. I mean, I was always behind Tony Marriott, always. Second to the guy, always hanging on. Always behind Tony Marriott. So the year I won, it was like a relief. It was like a waste.
I only done that once.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. I only want to win one.
And I thought when I come off and they come up and said to me, you won it, I went.
Yeah. Well, I was European champion before. I got a European gold medal before I got a British gold medal. But when you think about, see, for me, right, the achievements of you winning your title, if you put it into perspective, I mean, there's been some real great, what I call great skaters who've won medals at Worlds and Euros, but never won a British title. Pat Barnett was one. She was never British champion.
No.
Never won a British championship. Pat Barnett. Darren Cobley was another one. Never won a British championship. So to win a British, I think that's
it's achievement.
I think it is. Yeah. Well, it is. We know it is. It's like I said, I think that don't underestimate the importance
especially
of it.
at that time.
Yeah,
there was a lot of people.
Well, it was. You've got, like I said, you've got. I mean, Lynn Coles was an emerging youngster. You've got Chloe, who was still,
you've
still
got
not.
the Lippiett girl.
And the Denise Lippiett, and you've got Pat Easton, who was still, I mean, she was still going to go.
As I say, I had quite a few top skaters there.
Yeah, I think. So anyway, so a year after that, then you get selected for the team in Ostend.
Yeah.
Which is the Belgium. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the Europeans in Ostend. And that's where you get your bronze medal in the relay.
Yeah.
And there was you and Chloe, Denise Lippiett and Lynn Coles in the team. Yeah. And because there was 5 ladies, because Pat Easton went, but she didn't skate. She didn't skate that relay.
No, she didn't.
Do you remember getting the bronze medal?
Oh yeah, I remember.
What was that like?
It was to win a bronze medal and to win in a foreign country.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. In the Euros, that was my treasure. I couldn't stop looking at it.
And have you got photos of that on the podium? Because I have. I've got some photos of you on the...
I haven't got any photos, because he weren't there, was he?
I've got some photographs of you and the girls on the podium with the Belgian team, Annie Lambrechts and and the Italians, like Ingrid.
If you can send me one, I'd be grateful.
Yeah. Well, we'll sort all that out, don't you worry.
Because, as I say, he was at home looking after the kids and I was out there skating.
Yeah, I can, we'll sort all that. But yeah, so... And... I mean, you've told me about this because I was gonna ask about the relationship between Pat and Chloe, and
actually, I wasn't very. I didn't see.
That was all right.
In a way,
like you say,
they were. I was when I used to go away with them or something like that. I was on my own a lot because they knew everybody and I was new to it.
Well, my dad told me a story about you. Funny enough. I mean, as a kid, I always remember. Actually, it was the first time I'd been to a European Championship as a kid. I'd have been 12, right? But I always remember this story, right? And that is that one day you all hired out one of these pedal cart things. And you was eating an ice cream on the back, and they'd come to a hill, and they went down, and they all jumped off and left you on the back of the cart. I don't know if you remember that.
No?
No. It's just something that always makes me laugh because I think about.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. You don't remember that?
I remember it, yeah. It was a frightening experience.
You go.
And the ice cream went everywhere.
There you go. So anyway.
But you tell your dad, I remember that day.
Yeah.
And I came off, I thought, they were taking the mickey out of me.
So, but
To be fair, I didn't argue, I just very quiet.
So that was 1979. Now that was the last time that Chloe and Pat Eason raced for Great Britain, 79. But 12 months later was Southampton, and they didn't get selected. Chloe and Pat Eason were left out of the team for Southampton, and it was you, Denise, Lynn Coles, Sue Carter, and also another girl, Hayley Walton. Yeah. Or Sharon Walton, one of the Waltons.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So, and you were then the most senior person in the team. Do you remember Southampton? What do you remember of Southampton? The actual European Championship?
Well, actually, it was hard. I found it very big, but
big track.
Big track. But I made sure that I thought myself, I've got to push myself here because it was quite, it was really a big track. But I was training so hard for it. So I presume as far as I know, I've done very good.
And so, in terms of what was it like within the team? Though, Ned, there was no Chloe and Pat, and there was.
Actually, but
can you remember what that was like?
Still a bit uncomfortable.
Really?
I don't know what it is. There's little clicks.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless it's me, I don't know.
I think Leo was the team manager, though. I think at the time.
I don't know if it's just me, but when I go places, I'm very quiet. I don't talk much because I'm thinking what to do and I'm a bit nervous, So I'm very quiet. But don't upset me.
No. I'm guessing you must have gone to Southampton to watch then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because being on the home country.
Yeah. We used to go over. That was our track.
Yeah.
The East Way was our track. It was only just down the road from us.
Yeah.
5 minutes and we were there.
Yeah.
No, but we just used to speak to the bloke and he'd go, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Providing there was nobody on there.
Go on there and
he said, just be careful, you've got a couple of guys on bike. But then he would tell them that you would be going round, wouldn't he? So that's where we've done my
skating, yeah.
So what was it like to skate for Britain in Great Britain at the European Championships?
Oh, fantastic. I thought, God, I'm in England. I've got English people watching me now,
Oh,
I felt good. Well, actually, I think I skated really well, actually.
Is that when we had the Europeans over here?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, Southampton. Yes, yeah.
Because I didn't see any of it.
Oh, did you not?
No,
oh, yeah. Oh, I thought.
Me and Gwen were in the toilet.
Oh.
We were the drug barons.
Oh, you used to do the
I
see.
That's why we got.
When I done my racing, you'd say, "Oh, Kathy's done this," or "Kathy's come."
Somebody come running in and said,
"Kathy's won it."
Tony did
this. Tony's done, and Tony's done this. Oh yeah. They got the information.
I remember that. Yeah. That was the European.
Yeah, the European. So, but that was the last time you got selected for Great Britain.
Yeah, I didn't get selected anymore.
No. Did you know at that time that it was coming to the end?
No, I didn't actually, because I felt I could still do it.
Still do it, yeah.
But.
And do you think?
I think they've got these younger ones come up, and that was it.
Well, I don't think it was that so much. I think it was the selection team.
That didn't probably want me.
Because when was it then Dean and John got kicked out?
Yeah, Johnny, that.
Because Mr. McGough wasn't keen
on John.
This was later, This was later.
Young John.
Davis.
Yeah.
Him and Dean, they were
but they got dropped out.
Yeah.
That was that was later.
Went after that. The pair of them never went after that.
No, they went
after
that.
But for you in 1980, see, 1980 was the last time you was skating for Britain. But Leslie did. Leslie got called up and she got selected to go to Venice. No, I never went. No, I never went to the junior. But Leslie did in 80 and 81. She went to Spain.
Yeah.
Did you go and see her? Did you watch her race?
No,
you didn't watch. You just went. Okay. So you never got selected again for Britain, but it was in favour like the Lynn Coles and the Denise Lippett's, really.
Because I think as you get older, they want the younger ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if you found it, did you?
Well, they were a lot.
I was never very good.
They were doing it on times.
Yeah.
As well, they were taking from the last Europeans or something like that.
Yeah.
If you didn't meet
Yeah.
that criteria, then
Yeah, but don't forget, you're getting older.
Yes. Okay.
Well, that's how I see it.
Okay, I just had to change my tape. I was running out of tape. So, so yeah, 1980, 81 is Leslie goes away. She goes to the Europeans for the juniors, the first ever Europeans for juniors. You don't go, but your career, your international career has now stopped.
yeah.
But you still think you could have gone to another couple of Europeans,
I
or
think I could have done.
so. But how did you feel about Leslie getting selected?
Oh, fantastic.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so pleased that she's taken over.
Yeah.
Because they didn't
Yeah,
accept
she's
me,
brilliant.
you know. But they said, you know, so I'm glad she got in.
Well, I don't know
think
if
she went at the same time as you did.
No, she was. Not, I didn't go to juniors, but what I can tell you, is there's only 3 families who have had parents and children skate for the national team.
Oh right, yeah.
There's you and Les, and obviously then there's me and my dad, and then there's Sean and Mick. Well,
Yeah.
there's Neil
That's
and
it,
Sean
yeah.
and Mick and you know and also and Christine McGough, of course.
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
drums
yeah.
all. But there's only 3 families. But you're the only mother and daughter who have skated for the national teams. So
Oh, that's all right.
that's something you didn't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, it's a shame that Dean didn't get in.
Yeah, I
that
know.
time,
'Cause- yeah,
Which he could have, everybody, in fact, most of the people that were there,
Yeah.
I can't remember, was it Mickey McGough that was about to be team manager?
I think so.
And then he said no, and then silly Malcolm took over, and that was it.
no,
You
Chapman.
He didn't
You
pick,
know,
didn't pick
he,
Dean,
just,
didn't
he
he?
didn't pick, no, he didn't.
No, there was no. They didn't go in the early '90s. That wasn't it. There was because there was Dean, John Davis, Nicky
Yeah.
Palfrey.
And Goff.
Yeah, and then
what's
yeah.
his name? Yeah, young Goff.
Not
Neil.
Neil.
Not
Neil.
Neil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I know they didn't, and they didn't want to send a team away.
That's
I know.
right, yeah.
And that's when Dean was
There's
going
a few
And
really
that
people
was
a
it.
bit-
I mean, other than that, I mean, Colin, well, he
Yeah.
wasn't.
Oh,
He went
Connie,
to
never,
Manchester.
he's one of these people, get on there, skate and that's
Yeah,
it.
and
Do me
yeah.
bit, and
Bit
that's
doing
it.
it. But he's one
No,
of
he-
the ones
he
I'm going for.
wasn't
But
interested.
Dean, I reckon you could have done.
That would I've liked to
Yeah,
see
seen
that.
that.
You know,
Yeah.
mum, daughter,
Yeah. And the
and
sons.
son.
Yeah,
You
it'd
know
be
what I
nice.
mean? It would have been.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
would
The
have
ice on the
been
cake.
nice, but didn't
I mean,
happen.
Leslie went, but she,
Yeah.
you know,
Didn't
and I
happen.
went, but Dean didn't. No.
So you continued to race domestically and still continued to win medals at British Championships. And I think your last medal as a senior before it was 1993. That was the last time as a senior.
That was
Yeah.
a veteran.
So that was
That's the veteran.
no. After you did veterans after.
Oh, I don't
so
mention
so
that.
veterans. So 93 was as a senior. So that's when you as a
Yeah.
and that was almost 30 years since you
What's-
won your first medal.
What was the one that the championship that you had to do on your own?
That's what I was going to
For a
say.
time.
Yeah.
So 90
That's
in 91 that was. You was the only entrant for the championships, and not your fault, of
No.
course. But did you know you was the only person?
No, not at the time.
Not
No.
at the time,
So when
no.
you went out there and like by default you get the
Yeah.
gold medal. How did you feel about that?
Oh, I thought myself, but they said I had to do a certain time. I was to get it. Otherwise, I couldn't have it.
Oh really?
Yeah,
they said
I had
time.
to
Give
do.
you, they give
They
you a
said you
time.
can't just
Not
go
a
on.
silly time.
Time.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
said you can't go on there and just skate round.
Right.
You have got to do a certain
You've
time.
got to do
Right.
as though you're going for
over
it.
that. You got
Yeah.
to be over. They looked
Yeah,
to me other times
Yeah.
and said you got to be that or over
Oh okay.
or
under yeah.
yeah, round about it. Not too far.
Not to just walk around.
Not to walk back. So I had to go off fast.
Okay.
So otherwise I wouldn't have been.
But how did you feel about being the only?
Felt a bit lonely
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
was like
Especially like the 5K.
I had to go off as fast as I can. But all right, in one way I felt I ain't got no one to chase me. But it's not going to make me go any quicker. But I had made myself do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have.
I know this sounds like a sort of unfair question in a way, but like, do you play the one you won in '78 at
Yeah.
Southampton when you
Yeah.
the time trial?
Yeah.
The ones then that you won when you were skating by yourself, do you give them medals less importance?
Well,
Although
actually, in one way, I
I
feel
believe it is. Yeah.
it is. It's not like I did. I look at them and go, well, I didn't race. I didn't have to fight someone for this. I just
Yeah.
got it in my hand.
yeah,
That's how I felt.
yeah,
The ones I got
Yeah.
by fighting, I deserve.
yeah, yeah.
That's
okay.
how I looked at it.
All right. Yeah, I think I mean, like I said, you can only beat the people who are there, and if you're the only person, you're the only person.
The
It's not
only
your
thing
fault.
I do is when you do a time trial, when you have to do a time trial, you know when you put on it like you're on your own.
That's different.
That's different.
Yeah.
Because you know you've got to beat
time
that
trial.
time.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
time.
that's
You've
right.
got to beat that time
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
first, second, or first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think that's the only time. Yeah.
So when you were skating against back in the 80s again, when you were skating again, you'd been skating against the likes of Pat Eason and Chloe and Pat Barnett in the earlier days.
They make me move.
And then you've got the likes of Lynn Coles and Denise
Well,
Lithius
when they
and
come
Sue
in,
Carter.
it was a bit more harder.
So I was
Because
going to
they
say,
were
what was the
younger
difference?
than me,
Yeah,
and I did find it a bit harder. But I thought, no, I'm not. I'm training. I'm going to do the best I can. I don't want them to beat me. But we were together all the time. You know, but you weren't much apart.
Yes. And did you get on with those girls? Or did you have not much to do with them?
They talked to me, but I
I
wouldn't
didn't have
say.
a lot to do.
I didn't have a lot.
Even with Lynn,
Even though
Yeah.
in the same club, but I think between, as I say, between me and you, I shouldn't say, but Di was training her more harder outside training
I
sessions.
think he looked upon you as not an has-been, but you've got to train that but harder to beat her.
To beat her.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's quite funny
he was
that
more on her because obviously she's younger.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. I'm not having a go. Don't
No.
get me wrong. I don't like running people down. But I felt like it was more for her than me on that particular time.
Okay.
So he used to take her out up days when I didn't skate. But I thought I made sure that I.
And she married somebody from the palace.
Huh?
She married somebody from the palace, Lee McAvoy.
Yeah.
That's right.
So there's another North London girl who married
must have been-
outside the club.
At the time, the club, so she must have been training with, But let's just say, I mean, she was good. I'm not saying she weren't. She was good.
Who was the best skater you came up against domestically?
Pat Barnett
Pat Barnett, really?
and Pat Eason. Pat
Yeah.
Barnett. And Pat
Would
Eason.
you put them above Chloe?
Chloe was a good sprinter,
Yeah,
but when it come to distance,
yeah,
I think though she was good,
yeah.
she was a little bit like me.
Pat Barney and Pat
Pat Eason.
Harris, as we know.
Yeah,
No.
Pat Harris.
Pat Eason.
They
They were skaters.
They was-
It's funny enough, they wasn't the sprinters.
Yeah, yeah.
Although saying that,
But
I see Pat Barnett once. I think it was, can't remember where it was now. Chip down to Brixton, round where you had to
Yeah,
keep going
Brixton
round
is,
there.
she
yeah,
could
yeah.
Well,
go.
she
Yeah.
at the time,
She held
her
world
little
records,
legs
yeah,
was
yeah.
going like nobody's business.
Yeah,
But it didn't look fast,
yeah.
if you get what I mean.
But it
yeah,
was.
Yeah,
But she won.
Sure.
And I said to her, she ain't going fast, you beat her.
yeah,
But it was just her way of skating.
yeah,
She didn't
But I
look
must
fast.
admit, Pat
Which
Barnett
was.
and Pat Eason were really good.
yeah.
Yeah, they were. And Chloe. Chloe
And
was
Chloe, the
good.
three of them, I had the three of them to deal with.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Chloe, I
but-
believe, had the power.
Power.
Yeah.
But I always, I said to George, I said, I want to see if I can beat them.
Yeah.
And I wasn't training ever such a lot, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I was really
But
training.
it's interesting that you put Pat Barnett and Pat Eason or Pat Harris above Chloe, as you know.
Chloe was a sprinter.
Chloe was the powerhouse.
Power one
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
sprint. For
yeah.
the sprint. You put her on a sprint, you really got to go for it.
You do realise when I show her this, she's going to be really upset, don't you? Chloe.
No, Chloe was a sprinter.
Yeah.
She
To
was
me,
a
she
real
used to-
good sprinter.
Yeah.
To be on the line with her,
Yeah.
you got to try and hang
You know
on.
you had to
You
go,
had to
yeah.
really go. She was a real good skater there. But when it come to the distance, she was good,
Yeah.
but you had a chance to
Yeah.
get her.
What made her beat you on a distance is she'd sit behind it, she'd
Yeah.
go off,
Sat.
Yeah.
you'd catch her, and then she'd go again,
Right.
and then she'd go again, and then
yeah.
by that time
Yeah.
She's
you had gone.
You can-
And all she did was put her hand behind her back and
Yeah.
skated.
yeah. Pat was. I mean, I always say the old three of them
Yeah.
were very, very good.
They were, yeah,
And
they've been
I
around
mean, no, don't get me
a long
wrong.
time.
They made me work, but I hanged on to them as best as
Yeah.
I could.
Okay. So, we're moving on again now to 1996. So we're getting close now. So 96, and they hold the first veteran championships. This is when you're talking about the veterans.
Oh yeah.
And this is when they hold the first veteran. They're the first veteran national championships, and you win for the first time as a veteran the 5,000 and the half marathon, right? And I think you were skating on inlines. You skated on inlines.
Oh, then.
So
I found it very awkward compared.
I was going to say, how did you find the transition from all those years on quad skates?
In quads, I found it very unsafe.
Yeah.
But
with the inlines.
You weren't happy.
I wasn't happy. I kept saying, I wish I can go back to my quads.
Really? But you went on the inlines.
I felt a bit more steady.
Wobbly, yeah.
But I had to skate on the inlines, and then I did it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I was happy.
Yeah.
There was a race thing that they said the oldies,
Yeah.
like Peggy,
Yeah.
although everybody was on inlines,
Yeah.
they said you could go on your quads. And you went on your quads, you and Peg,
Oh, yeah.
and you beat one of the girls
Yeah.
on inline.
On inliners.
Oh, right.
Yes, you did, that's
Me
right,
and
I remember
Peg, you know, we worked together in training.
Yeah.
We was, you know, we helped one another. Yeah.
Well, let's just see. Well, we used to get to Tatum Park for the racing, and Peggy would be going round and round.
Yeah,
and
no,
round.
Oh, yeah.
But she used to remind me of Leon Goodchild. Used to do the same.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
go
but she
around
did,
and
she
do
went
man.
round,
It's
she
just
used
like
to-
you don't see these
I used
days.
to
don't
train
you?
with them. We used to go round and round again. You know,
Yeah.
and then and that's when Gwen's hanging on as well, isn't she?
Well, you might not know this. You probably won't know this, right? But did you know that you still hold 2 British records for veterans? Yeah. So you have the 2,000 metres on the track, which you set in 1988 on quads, and you have the 1,500 metres on the road, which you set in 2000 on inlines.
Oh, yeah, I think.
There you go. Two British records you've still got.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very
How do you
much.
feel about that?
Wow, I feel on top of that.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
Now, that just goes to show, with these seniors today,
Yeah.
when they do that,
Yeah.
2,000 metres,
Yeah.
just shows you how slow they're going.
Yeah.
Where they should be flying.
And beating me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Well, I have this conversation.
I mean, we go up there and watch the racing,
Yeah.
and I think to myself,
They don't go as
God,
fast as.
Henry would have gone on there, blown the whistle and said, get off.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not trying.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I must
and I
admit,
think,
Emery was made you train.
Yeah.
yeah,
He said to me, if you
yeah.
can't go, don't
If
bother.
you don't go fast, get
Don't
off.
bother.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but these youngsters today, they seem to go on there and don't even blast it off. They can
I mean,
sit
but
there
I always
and
get
around
off there and
Till
I
you
put everything
look-
into my skating and racing. My racing, I used to put everything into it.
You can tell that.
And
by
I really
when
made
you
sure I
see,
went, you know what I mean?
When we see Sharon Tunn,
Yeah. Yeah.
you look at her when she's racing. She's
Yeah.
racing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The others are hanging on. You
Yeah.
can see they're hanging on.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, poor Sharon, she ain't got what she had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last 2 or 3 laps, you can see her struggling,
I mean,
and they go by her.
even when we
But
used to,
she pulled them along.
when
Made
Sharon
them go.
Chung
Well,
used
I
to
mean-
skate with me, you know, when we used to race, she used to hang on me like hell. I mean, and she gave me a battle a couple of times.
Yeah,
actually,
you got
yeah.
Ashley
Yeah.
Hartley, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alison Hartley. Yeah.
Because they're all
Alison
younger than me,
Hartley.
much
Yeah,
younger
yeah.
than me.
Okay.
I like to carry on skating, but my age has gone against me.
Well, I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. Because your last championship gold medal, and I think your last medal, in fact, of any colour,
Yes,
was on the 11th of July, 2004. All right. So that was the last time you won a medal. So 2004. So it's 12 years ago since you last won a medal now, but that was 40 odd years since you won your first one. So you just saying. So what made you stop racing?
What, the age?
No,
No?
it's your skates as well. I mean, you've
Oh,
got,
the inline has gone from
Yeah.
you've got your
quads
inliners up
to
there.
inline.
Brand spanking new.
No, I've won them a few. I've raced a few times on
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
but I
You
did.
wasn't happy, was you?
The
Bit
back.
wobbly, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
Plus
you did. You
width.
find that?
Yeah.
Personally, moving up
Yeah.
here.
I'm moving on.
And you moved to. When did you move here?
8 years ago.
Well, we've been here 9 years
Like
now.
9
Yeah.
years.
So that was when you started to move, or when you moved, that sort
Yeah.
of stopped.
We
And it's
didn't
like-
really have anywhere
Where
to
to go,
train.
where to train.
Yeah.
I mean, we did, for the first year, we went down to Tatum
Take
Park.
part with travelling down
That's
there.
it.
And you're talking,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
Yeah.
Sunday morning, that was all right. We didn't
Yeah.
mind that.
Yeah.
But then it's getting down here, coming
Yeah.
back, and
Yeah. It's a bit. Through the jaunt, innit?
But
So
other
we-
than that, we've not.
I'd like to carry on. I mean, I've still got my skates.
Yeah.
You still got
Still
them
got them.
both.
I've got them both.
What made you come out of London? What made you move to Milton Keynes?
You
Well,
don't like it up there.
Well, actually, in
No,
London,
London
was
was
getting very dangerous.
Right, okay.
Well,
Especially
where we were living.
Where was you living then? You was
in Hackney.
in
That's
Hackney.
where they had the
Hackney,
riots,
yeah.
isn't
And
it?
then we
Yeah,
had the
yeah,
riots.
yeah. Before you had
And we
enough.
got a bit frightened, and
Yeah.
my kids kept saying, "Mum, get out of there before
Yeah.
any trouble."
Yeah.
Well, because all her family live up here as well.
Yeah.
That they got Leslie.
Yeah,
Leslie's up in
and
the-
And
in
my,
the
and
just
yeah.
up
my
the
got a
road.
couple of
Yeah.
brothers and that
Yeah.
sisters.
Leslie's just up the road, so.
I mean, he knows that, don't he?
Yeah, I know a few of them. So, did you ever consider, when you stopped skating, did you ever consider becoming a judge? Or
I
anything
wouldn't
like that?
mind.
Yeah, is that, did you?
I wouldn't mind, but no one's ever asked.
No.
Oh, right. But you've never thought about going in and saying, I'll tell you what, I'll...
The way I've been hearing it, I don't think I'd like to go back as a judge.
No.
No.
No. Not the way, like you say, John, you're closer to them,
Yeah, yeah.
your dad
yeah.
and whatever.
You must
like,
see
you know.
what's going on.
And when we go up there and we sit there.
And we sit there and I go, what the hell is that kid
think,
doing?
what are they
What's
doing?
they doing?
You-
You
they're
know,
not-
you can see what they're doing, but no one's telling them.
You know, to me, I
don't think it's racing.
don't like to say it, but I don't think any of them know what they're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's racing.
I mean, it is
Have you
racing,
know?
it's not-
Yeah, but they're not. Like when we used to go on, John, you know what? You got on the back.
They're
you
not
got off the line
racing,
with
racing
like,
like they used to.
they used to go boom, and they're on the one all the time. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, that's not no.
No, it's
It's not.
I
Don't you,
wouldn't- I
haven't you
wouldn't go
seen
back
it
now.
though, John?
Yeah, well, I've seen... I mean, I see it differently, because I you know...
You had to push when you was.
Well,
at
we
racing.
had this conversation with somebody the other day and say when I first started and British Championships, so there was heats for like the 10,000
Yeah,
metres.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
you know, it's a bit different now. Yeah, it's a bit
As
different.
I say, but I know it's less people skating, but it's still not the fighting.
Do you think it's more expensive?
I think it
Or
has
is it
become more
the inlines
expensive.
that has done
I
it?
think it has become more expensive. I mean,
Is it inlines that's done it?
no,
No,
I
I
don't
think it's
see.
easy.
I disagree. You see, and I'll say because I look at the racing now. I think first of all, like we had category racing back in the sort of 80s, so
Yeah.
because we had the age groups, and then we hadn't got so many people, so they says, well, look, let's have some categories. And I think that was a good move, the
Yeah, yeah.
categories, because it put people of similar abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The kids have got a chance of winning.
yeah,
And that's what,
but the only thing is that where it falls down a bit is where you've got like the older person skating against a 6-year-old, and sometimes
yeah.
they get beat, and it's a bit of a
Yeah,
pride
Big
thing.
degrade, yeah.
Yeah, no,
But have you
exactly.
seen the ladies like you get showing down and go straight off? The others are not hanging on to her.
Yeah, I think that.
And I think where's the training?
I mean,
Do you find they train?
yeah, and I think, and I'll say this. I think it's easy to look through rose-tinted glasses to the old days.
Yeah.
Well, this is it, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and the reason I say that is because if you look at sometimes of the old videos of skating, you know, believe me, it weren't. Or I mean, I remember I was looking through something recently at a European Championships, and it was in 1983. So you know, and like it was a 20,000 metres, and they walked for like, you know, for the until the last 2 laps, and everybody sprinted, and that was it.
That was it.
So you know, there was an occasional person off the front. So I think it's easy to think back as to how it was.
But I think you
and
had more
think-
skaters.
You did have more skaters. I can't take that away. I think you had more skaters, but and the competition was fiercer because you had more skaters.
Yeah.
But was it faster? No, it wasn't.
No, I don't think it was.
No, but
No.
there'd been a bit more
But I think
people on the track.
It-
Maybe,
um,
you know, but,
More people capable of winning
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
track.
But I think today it's expense as well.
It is expensive.
Because you, for argument's sake,
Yeah.
Dad comes from Birmingham.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, it's not that far from Birmingham to Taken Park, but he's still got to get there.
And it's
Yeah.
money.
I think
And
it's the
the same for
equipment.
us.
I think the equipment is more expensive.
Exactly.
It's like £400 for a pair of skates. That's
I
before
mean,
you buy a
Well,
wheel.
I've got a
You
pair.
couldn't-
I've got a pair of inliners.
Almost
Yeah,
£1,000.
Yeah, nearly
Yeah.
a thousand. I had
Yeah.
them fixed to my feet
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
It was
And
just
then
under
the
£1,000.
wheels, you know,
And
yeah.
that's counting the wheels. And I went, Jesus.
I mean, once the edge goes off of the wheel, that's it.
And technology's moved on, and it moves on really fast at the minute.
Yeah.
You know, wheel sizes have changed all the time. But
Well,
when
actually,
even you think back into the 60s
it was
and
the
70s,
smaller ones.
yeah, the small ones. We had wooden wheels.
Wooden
We had Bostik.
Yeah, and then Bostik, yeah. And then you had the wheels like that, the round one, the small ones,
yeah.
and then they got bigger.
Yeah, but like in the quad, on the old quad days, you used to have
Yeah.
plastic wheels.
Yeah.
You used to have then urethane
We've got all
wheels.
them
and then you
outside.
got,
I still got them in a box, actually,
Yeah.
a big box.
well, keep
I
them.
wouldn't.
They're worth a fortune. Something like that, mafia.
No, but when the inlines came out, they was a 5-wheel.
Mm.
Now they're down to 4.
Yeah.
It won't be long before
They're
they're down to 3.
yeah.
Or
And
even
big
2.
wheels. Well, they are 3 wheels. Some of them, they've got massive, like,
Yeah.
they're like 5-inch wheels
I
now.
won't be able to.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I went on around the race in honour, but I didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I didn't feel. I was like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't so fast on them as I was on the
On the
quads.
quads. So, getting back to your racing,
Yeah.
are there any races that stick out in your mind for you? Any particular races that you think? You
I
know,
wished I'd done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cut the races up and taken part and that.
Really.
I don't know what it was. Yeah, one of those days I thought, no, I can't, but I wished I had.
What about races that
I
you?
lost a lot. I should have put more into my
Right.
racing because I could have won more trophies and medals.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but it's difficult to say. I mean, I always think,
I
wish I'd have
think them
trained
down.
harder.
Yeah,
But you never do.
Yeah,
You never do.
This
You
is
try-
it. I should have trained harder.
I should have trained harder,
I
but-
felt myself. I don't know. I felt better when he was there
Yeah. Yeah.
because I had the kids up there. But I wish I had just put my mind to it, and I got asked to go to Belgium.
Yeah.
Well, not Belgium. Was it Italy? And I'm petrified of flying.
Yeah.
And
That was it.
that done me all the
I
time.
think that's where you lost out. Really.
I lost out such
They
a
knew
lot.
that you
Right.
would fly, so
They
didn't pick
didn't want
it. You know
So-
what I mean?
Trouble is, I couldn't help it. I just had that fear
Yeah.
of flying.
But if you could pick in your skating career, right from the early '60s to when you stopped, if you could pick out a single moment that that you'd want to do again, what would you say? Is there anything you can think of that you'd like to relive again?
Win the championship.
Win the
Yeah.
championship again.
That's certainly on Southampton in
Win the
70.
500.
Yeah.
With 500.
Fastest woman in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
I mean, to be honest,
That was-
you obviously won the round, but
I
what
trained.
I put her through,
Oh,
we was out 3 days a week, 4 days a week,
I was
when it
trained.
was nice, over that east way. And it's not
And I'm not just saying it wasn't just flat. It was hills, and he was making me go.
making you go round
Oh.
there. And that was
I
it.
trained hard.
And then, I mean, all right, we went to Southampton, and I said, well, this is it. You've done your bit.
Done me train.
It's
Now
up
get
to
out
you.
there and
We
do
knew
it.
what they were doing,
Yeah.
so I said,
You've got to
all
get
right,
out and
you
do
don't
it.
do it, you don't do it. The only thing it was as well, in another championship that's taken part,
Mm.
which I know was a fiddle because I was doing one of the timings
Mm.
at the time,
Mm.
and that's when she beat Lisa.
Oh really?
But
Yeah.
they didn't. They give it to Lisa and left her behind.
Right.
And it was fractions of a second
Right.
behind.
Right.
That I know because in fact, Gwen was with me as well
Yeah.
at the time, and there was another guy.
But-
Can't remember who it was, but we came up. I was standing there, and I don't stand there like that. I stand
Yeah.
there like that. Bang. You know what I mean, John?
Yeah.
And
Going down the
she
same.
went off, and she tripped, and she thought, "Okay, that's it, done it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She goes on, bang.
Yeah.
You know? And Gwen said to me, Kathy's done it, she beat her. But when we went up with the timing,
And
no,
okay.
it was fractions of a second out.
Never
And
mind.
that's the only time I was disappointed, and I thought, no, that's not right. But
Mm.
there again, my time was quicker
Yeah.
or slower, they said,
Yeah.
than theirs, which
Right.
I honestly don't
Don't know,
believe.
yeah.
But you can't.
That's because they were going away a couple of weeks later to the Europeans
Right.
or Worlds or
When they
whatever
couldn't
it
have.
was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's all gone now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah.
People
I'm-
under
but-
the bridge now, you can't turn the clock back. But
So do you have any regrets about in
I
things?
do have some regrets into
Yeah.
my skating.
Yeah, go on.
So frightened of flying, I lost a lot of trips.
And that's what it
abroad.
really. That's what it.
I really do regret. I've sat here many a times when I looked at it and cleaned up my clean trophies and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. I said, why didn't I have the guts to go?
Right.
It hurts
Yes.
to think I could have gone so many trips
Yeah.
and I probably could have won so many trophies.
But you can't. as I said, the thing is you shouldn't beat yourself up about that because
it's easy said and done.
Because that's who you are. It's what defines you.
It's one of the type of people I'm so frightened.
Yeah,
and
isn't it? If that's the way, there's nothing you can do about
everybody.
That,
It's quite a few people.
Yeah.
Because I spoke to quite a few
My wife,
people.
she's the same.
Yeah,
scared stiff. Yeah.
So you know, actually, not to know how I feel. Then
I know.
it's just, I think you just go through that. The fear of flying. I'll go on the boat.
Yeah. You're not frightened of drowning.
Well, I think you've got more chance of getting on the boat and bleeding coming down in the plane.
So, what have you been doing with yourself since you've retired then? Some skating.
Not a lot.
Chilling out.
Yeah.
Watching telly.
Been out on
I've done a lot. I've been out on my bikes.
Have you?
Oh, we've done a lot of bike riding.
Oh, good for
Yeah,
you.
I'll keep myself in.
Since we've been up here, because they've got a lot of red roads.
And we do a lot of
Yeah.
and we've done a lot of walking.
Have you?
We've been a lot of walking.
So in actual fact, you've spent a lot more time together now as well. So
Well,
we've never
we've
seen
we only just retired 18 months ago.
really,
I mean, to be honest, John, before that, it was Monday to Friday working,
Yeah.
time we got home here.
yeah,
Saturdays, the only time we did shopping. Sunday, like today, would be our calming down day, ready for the Monday,
yeah,
for 8 years.
yeah.
So we packed up 18 months ago,
18 months ago.
and we just suddenly found where places we
Different
didn't know
places are.
existed.
We didn't know we
You know what I mean?
existed.
So we've been out
Oh,
on the
fair
bikes
play.
and
We've
riding
been
around.
out on our bikes. I still
Yeah.
keep myself going.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
good for you.
I might not have my skates on, but I'm still with
Yeah.
bike.
Oh, it's good,
Bikes,
good
yeah.
active, yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good to hear. So, do you miss racing though?
I do.
Do you?
I do
What?
miss it. I miss
That's what,
Skating.
looking at it or?
no skating.
Well,
Competing.
racing,
Yeah,
competing.
yeah.
Oh, no.
I do. I told you many
Oh, I
times.
do.
I told you a couple of
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Oh, I can't. I find it really hard. I can't.
I say to him a couple of times, oh well, when I'm watching,
Well,
I wish I could get on my skates and
I'm
go.
like that. I'm like that.
Is it-
I'd like to
is
be able
it
to
because-
see if I can race and beat them.
Yeah.
Is it because you're looking at them and think, bloody hell, we used to go faster than that? That's how I look when I'm up there, John.
I look
yeah.
and think. I look and think.
They're not going as quick as I
Oh,
was.
well, I don't look and think that. I look and think I could keep up with that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Or I could give them a run through my... And then I put my skates on, do a lap of Tatum Park and come off and think I need an oxygen tent. and brings me back down to earth.
But we
You
go on their
realise-
bikes, so that's keeping my
Yeah.
breath going. I think I could have another little race with them.
Yeah,
If
but
I would like to have a go.
You do. You put your skates on sometimes.
I
when
put
you
me,
go up
I
there,
got me
don't you?
liners.
and you don't go to races as often these days.
No,
I
not
We only go
suppose-
Tatum Park.
You only go Tatum
Oh,
Park,
oh,
yeah.
yeah. But
I mean, we've been.
if
we
I
have
put
been
my
down
if I put
Yeah.
mainliners on, I know
Yeah.
I could probably go pretty good.
Yeah,
But not
okay.
as fast as them. But
No.
I would like to have a go.
Really?
In fact, someone said to me, I might say, "Oh, Kath, would you like to bring your inlines and have a little go with these and show them what it's like?" I said, "I would love to do it."
And what do you reckon then, George? Do you reckon she should?
I don't know. When she has put them on,
Yeah.
you can see a little bit wobbly there.
Compare with
Once
the
you
quads.
get used to it,
Oh, once I
you know,
get myself going, I'm on my way. But give me my quads any day.
What do you miss about skating?
The competition
The
and
buzz?
the you know, I've done all that hard training. Get on there and show them what I can do.
My dad did.
Did he?
Couple of
Has he
years
felt
ago.
like that?
Well, a couple of years ago, he skated the Berlin Marathon. He trained for
yes.
it and he skated it. And he said, and you know, the first couple of miles, I was slipping passes. And I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, you silly old bugger." And, he said, "But I felt it. He said, yeah, I could roll the ears back." He said,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's
I
exactly the
know,
same.
I know.
Yeah, it's exactly
I
the
just-
same. I feel like I can do that. Get on that skate. Because when I see him, I go, God, I was going better than that.
Yeah.
And I feel like put my
You
skates
feel
on
like
and
it, yeah.
going. I do miss it. I miss
You
it a
went
lot.
from skating to running.
To running. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Did some running.
Done 2 London marathons.
No,
Is it
you've
2?
done 7.
7
Seven?
London marathons.
Wow.
No.
7 marathons.
Oh, have I
Mad.
not?
Have you really? You've
Yeah.
done some marathons? I
I
didn't
didn't
know
feel like
that.
I've done 7 London marathons.
Wow, I
I've
didn't know
done
that.
3.
I didn't
See,
know that.
now that was another thing. When she first went in for it, the very first one she did,
Yeah.
she said to me, "Oh yeah, I've got into the marathon." I said, "Right, let's go training."
Do you know what?
Training, right? And now she's not running fast, but
Yeah.
training. And then she skates, obviously, training, skating.
I thought I'd be fit.
So she said, "I feel fit, like, you know." So I said, "Oh right, okay."
I said, I feel really
So I
fit.
said, "Right, we'll come over to where we used to live. There's a park. It's
Yeah.
about a mile round, flat.
Yeah.
Go straight round it. The outside of the park." So I said, "Oh right, go on then. Let's see how you go." She did one lap round here and she was out.
Really?
Face was out.
But
here.
I went,
She said,
Jesus
"I'm
Christ,
fit, you know,
I'm
skate
fit,
and all that."
but I skate
Yeah.
entirely
It's different to
because
it
you're
is.
bouncing.
I know.
Did
I
you
know.
find that?
I found out. I went out with, a couple of months ago. Me and the missus. I went out with a local running group just to.
Did
to
you find it then?
I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk after half hour. I mean, my legs had seized. I was like, yeah.
Exactly the same. I said to you,
Yeah. I'm in calves.
I said, "I've done all that
walked to the
training
car
all
and
this
I went,
way
Yeah,
to
"Oh,
the
I was
did you
toilet."
terrible.
I couldn't walk to
Yeah.
the car.
Yeah.
I went,
That was it for me.
yeah, but when you come to think of it, running
Yeah.
and skating,
Different.
Different.
Cycling and skating, fine. But
Yeah.
but running,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
My kids always laugh because they reckon whenever I do any exercise, I get injured.
I mean, how many London marathons are on?
7.
So,
7. Yeah, I've done 7.
Well, guys, all I can say is I've really enjoyed the couple of hours. We've been like almost a couple of hours doing this, so I've really enjoyed it. I'd like to say, thanks for taking the time out to talk to me. And I've really
Nice
enjoyed.
to see you, mate.
Yeah, you too. And I've enjoyed knowing about the old skating
Skaters
days
club,
and how
yeah.
you've got on. And and I just want to say is that like for what you've done in terms of you've been British champion, you've been in the British team, you still hold a couple of British records, and a full-time mum with kids that have gone to European Championships.
Yeah.
So I think in my book that certainly makes you a British skating legend, Kathy
Oh,
Smith.
thank
you.
Thank you very much.
Kids in the tent.
That was it.
Ostend, isn't it?
Ostend.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took the kids in the tent. We skated on, we kids on the outside.
On
we
the
were
outside, and the kids, they're only, I mean, because Colin
And that
was
was
older
with
too,
Colin
wasn't
Yes.
and that was
he?
with Colin,
Leslie,
yeah.
Leslie was born in
66.
66,
Yeah.
Colin was born in 69, and Dean was born in 75.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, guys, thank you very much.
that's all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Much obliged to you, mate.